The air in the ballroom was electric, a buzzing hive of glittery dresses and sharp tuxedos. For most of the seniors at Northgate High, this was the night they'd been dreaming of since freshman year. But for Jamal, tonight was different. It wasn't just about the end of high school. It was about the beginning of something else. He clutched the small, worn piece of paper in his pocket, the ink slightly smeared from his nervous hands. As the DJ spun another top 40 hit, a wave of laughter rippled through a corner of the room. A group of popular kids, led by the school's star quarterback, Chad, pointed towards Jamal. He was standing alone near the stage, not dancing, who's watching. "Look at him," Chad sneered. Loud enough for those around to hear. Probably thinks he's too cool to dance. Or maybe he just can't. The laughter grew louder, a cruel chorus that made Jamal's stomach twist. He'd dealt with this his whole life, the subtle digs. The outright mockery. He was the quiet kid, the one who spent lunches in the library and preferred books to basketballs. Tonight, he was just another target. His best friend, Maya, rushed to his side, her brow furrowed with concern. "Just ignore them, Jamal," she whispered, her hand on his arm. "They're idiots. Don't let them ruin your night." Jamal gave her a weak smile, but his eyes were fixed on the stage. He knew what he had to do. It was terrifying, but the thought of spending one more minute cowering in the shadows was even worse. Taking a deep breath, he walked away from Maya and headed straight for the DJ booth. The DJ, a local guy who looked barely out of college, seemed surprised to see him. "Hey man, can I help you?" Jamal leaned in, speaking quietly over the booming bass. "I have something I need to do. Can you cut the music in about 30 seconds? And then, can you play this?" He handed the DJ a small USB stick. The DJ looked skeptical but gave a slight nod. "All right, kid, your funeral." Jamal walked towards the stage steps, his heart hammering against his ribs. Every eye in the room seemed to follow him. The laughter from Chad's group intensified. "What's he doing? Is he gonna sing us a lullaby?" one of them yelled. Jamal ignored them, his focus narrowing to the single microphone standing center stage. He climbed the steps, each one feeling like a mountain. The bright stage lights blinded him for a second. He could feel hundreds of pairs of eyes on him. A mix of curiosity, pity, and outright scorn. He reached the microphone stand, his hands trembling as he adjusted it. He looked out at the sea of faces. He saw Maya giving him a thumbs up, her expression a mix of terror and encouragement. He saw his teachers, chaperoning the event, looking confused. And he saw Chad, a smug grin plastered on his face, ready for the show to fail. Then, just as the DJ had promised, the music abruptly stopped. An awkward silence fell over the ballroom. It was deafening. Whispers started to ripple through the crowd. "What is happening? Is this part of the show?" Jamal cleared his throat, the sound echoing through the large room. He tapped the microphone. "Hello?" His voice, small and shaky, seemed to get lost in the vast space. Chad let out a loud, mocking laugh. "Get off the stage, library boy." Jamal closed his eyes for a moment, picturing the words on the paper in his pocket. He took another deep, shuddering breath and opened his eyes, this time looking directly at Chad's group. "My name is Jamal Washington," he began, his voice a little stronger this time. "And for the last 4 years, most of you have known me as, well, you probably haven't known me at all. I'm the quiet kid, the one you step over in the hallways, the one you laugh at because I'm different." He paused, letting his words hang in the air. The whispers died down. Everyone was listening now. "You laugh because I don't play sports. You laugh because I'd rather read a poem than go to a party. You laugh because you think being quiet means being weak." He looked around the room, making eye contact with as many people as he could. "But you're wrong. Being quiet doesn't mean I have nothing to say. It means I've been listening." Suddenly, a soft, melodic piano intro began to play from the speakers. It was a tune no one recognized, simple yet hauntingly beautiful. Jamal's voice changed. It shed its nervousness and took on a rhythmic, powerful cadence. It wasn't singing, and it wasn't just talking. It was poetry. His words began to flow, weaving a story about loneliness, about feeling invisible in a crowded room, about the power of words to build bridges or tear them down. He spoke of quiet strength, of finding a voice when the world tries to silence you. The room was completely still. Jaws were agape. The kids who had been laughing just moments before were now silent, their smug expressions replaced by ones of shock and something else. Respect. He wasn't just reading a poem, he was performing it. His hands, no longer trembling, moved with the rhythm of his words, painting pictures in the air. His voice rose and fell, filled with a passion and an emotion that no one in that room had ever heard from him before. He spoke of dreams and fears, of the masks we all wear, and the desperate need to be seen for who we truly are. He built to a crescendo, his voice ringing with conviction. "So you can laugh," he declared, his eyes locking onto Chad's once more. "You can point and you can whisper, but my voice will not be silenced. My spirit will not be broken, because my strength isn't in the noise I make, but in the truth I speak." The final piano chord faded, and for a long moment there was absolute silence. It was a different kind of silence this time. It wasn't awkward. It was heavy with emotion, with understanding. Then, a single person started clapping. It was Maya, tears streaming down her face, a proud smile lighting up her features. Then another person joined in, and another, until the entire ballroom erupted in thunderous applause. It was a wave of sound, of acceptance, of pure astonishment. The teachers were on their feet, clapping. Even some of the kids from Chad's group were hesitantly clapping, looking at Jamal with a newfound awe. Chad just stood there, his face pale, his smug grin completely gone. Chama stood on the stage, breathless, the applause washing over him. A slow smile spread across his face. He hadn't just given a performance. He had revealed a part of his soul. As he walked off the stage, people parted for him, not to mock him, but to pat him on the back. "That was amazing," someone said. "I never knew," said another. He had walked onto that stage as the invisible kid and walked off as a legend. It found Maya, who threw her arms around him in a tight hug. "I knew you could do it," she sobbed happily. That night, Jamal didn't just go to prom. He owned it. He taught everyone at Northgate High a lesson they would never forget. Never, ever judge a book by its cover. Sometimes, the quietest people have the loudest things to say. Thank you so much for watching. If this story moved you, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content that inspires. We'll see you in the next one.